What if I told you that your energy, vitality, and masculine presence could begin to return, starting with just 3 fruits? It sounds too simple, maybe even naive, in a world full of prescriptions, powders, and quick fixes. But over the past 30 years, as a doctor working closely with aging men, I've seen firsthand how real change doesn't come from a bottle. It comes from nature, consistency, and understanding your body's language. Take Richard, for example, a 61-year-old retired military officer, the kind of man who once led platoons and carried himself with a sense of unshakable strength. After retirement, however, life began to slow him down. He was exhausted most days, struggled with restless nights, and found himself emotionally distant from the people he loved, including his wife. "I feel like I'm disappearing," he told me quietly. But what changed his trajectory wasn't a new medication. It was a simple shift in what he ate. For 2 weeks, Richard committed to a morning routine built around 3 specific fruits, each targeting a critical system in the aging male body: circulation, hormone production, and cellular energy. And the results were striking. His sleep improved, his mood stabilized, and most importantly, that spark, the one he thought was gone for good, returned to his eyes and his voice. His wife noticed, his friends noticed, and he noticed too. Here's why it worked. After 60, your body begins to lose efficiency in 3 key areas: blood flow, hormone balance, and energy metabolism. Your arteries may stiffen, testosterone levels decline, and your cells can't produce energy as quickly as they used to. Most modern treatments aim to suppress symptoms: erectile dysfunction, fatigue, mood swings, without addressing the root of the issue. But the body doesn't want to be patched, it wants to be nourished. When you feed it the right compounds, antioxidants, healthy fats, and mineral-rich nutrients, it begins to repair itself from the inside out. That's why I call this biological nutrition. It's not about dieting. It's about giving your cells the raw materials they've been asking for all along. So, if you've been feeling slower, weaker, or more disconnected lately, know this. It's not the end, it's a signal that your body is ready for a reset. And that reset can begin with the produce aisle, not the pharmacy. Over the next few sections, we'll break down how each of these 3 fruits works, individually and together, to restore not just your health, but your confidence and sense of self. Let's begin with the red powerhouse that reawakens circulation and revives the very core of male performance. Welcome to Part 1, Pomegranate, the circulation restorer and intimacy reviver. For Howard, 75, a former high school football coach and proud grandfather of 5, life after retirement didn't feel like the victory lap he once imagined. Instead of enjoying mornings fishing with old teammates or dancing with his wife at Sunday church events, he found himself dodging intimacy, struggling with fatigue, and quietly battling a deep sense of frustration. "I'm not the man I used to be," he admitted during his first consultation. It wasn't the physical decline that hurt the most, it was the emotional toll of feeling invisible, less capable, and disconnected from his vitality. After decades of helping older men navigate similar frustrations, I knew Howard's situation wasn't hopeless. It was far more common and reversible than most men realize. The problem wasn't aging, it was blood flow. Specifically, the gradual breakdown of endothelial function, a silent process that narrows the arteries, impairs circulation, and starves critical areas of the body, particularly the pelvic region, of oxygen-rich blood. That's where the humble yet powerful pomegranate comes into play. Pomegranate isn't just a sweet fruit with a tough rind. It's a vascular powerhouse, rich in unique polyphenols like punicalagin and ellagic acid. These bioactive compounds act as molecular guardians, shielding the inner lining of blood vessels, called the endothelium, from oxidative stress and inflammation. Over time, stress, poor diet, and inactivity damage this lining, causing stiffness in the arteries. Pomegranate helps reverse that, but its magic doesn't stop there. Perhaps most important is pomegranate's role in boosting nitric oxide, a crucial signaling molecule that tells blood vessels to relax and expand. When nitric oxide levels are optimal, blood flows more freely, oxygen delivery improves, and tissues function better. This is especially vital for older men, as sexual performance is less about libido and more about blood flow. Without adequate circulation, arousal becomes difficult, inconsistent, or altogether absent, not because of a lack of desire, but because the body simply can't carry out the process. Clinical studies have consistently shown that daily intake of pomegranate juice can significantly improve erectile quality and duration in older men, sometimes in as little as 2 weeks, and the benefits are holistic. Improved blood pressure, enhanced mood, better oxygenation to the brain, and reduced markers of arterial inflammation. For Howard, the prescription was simple: 6 ounces of 100% pure pomegranate juice each morning, ideally before breakfast, followed by a 30-minute brisk walk. Within just 10 days, he returned to my office as a different man. His posture had changed. His energy felt lighter. Most importantly, his relationship with his wife had quietly rekindled. "We're dancing again," he smiled, eyes misty with gratitude. It wasn't a miracle. It was mitochondria, circulation, and hormones working together again as they were meant to. Unlike synthetic erectile medications like Viagra or Cialis, which force dilation and often bring unpleasant side effects like headaches, nasal congestion, or interactions with heart medications, pomegranate supports the body's natural flow systems gently and cumulatively. There's no rebound effect, no dependency, and no interference with other treatments. In fact, it's the kind of food that nourishes not just the pelvis, but also the heart and brain, organs that also depend on healthy vascular function. Another advantage, pomegranate works in synergy with other lifestyle changes. Men who pair it with light resistance training, stretching, and stress reduction practices like breathing or meditation often report even faster and more lasting improvements. Because blood flow isn't just about the plumbing, it's also about how we breathe, move, and process stress. That's the beauty of a food-based approach. You're treating the whole system. From a biochemical standpoint, the polyphenols in pomegranate also help inhibit atherosclerotic plaque formation. They reduce the oxidation of LDL cholesterol, increase HDL levels, and support arterial flexibility. For older men already on medications for cholesterol or hypertension, pomegranate may act as a complementary support, helping reduce medication doses over time under medical supervision. Howard's story isn't unique. I've guided hundreds of men through similar transformations, and what never fails to amaze me is how quickly the body responds once you give it the right input. Nature doesn't take years to heal, it just needs consistent, targeted fuel. Pomegranate is that kind of fuel. It doesn't just repair, it reawakens. It reminds the male body that vitality isn't a relic of the past, but a resource waiting to be reactivated. And so, for men over 60 who are looking to regain their sense of power, confidence, and intimacy, I no longer start with prescriptions. I start in the produce aisle. But blood flow is just one part of the equation. Because while pomegranate helps open the highways of circulation, the next step is to reignite the hormonal engine, the deep, inner fire that fuels energy, ambition, and identity as a man. That engine, it runs on testosterone. And the fruit that supports it might just surprise you. Let's move into part 2, the quiet hormonal ally sitting right in your kitchen, the avocado. When Samuel, a 66-year-old retired executive, first came to see me, he looked like a man who had everything: financial security, a loving wife, and time to enjoy his later years. But beneath the surface, he was quietly unraveling. He was constantly tired, irritable, waking up at 2 a.m. for no reason, and increasingly indifferent to physical intimacy. "I don't recognize myself anymore," he confessed. "I feel like I've lost the edge that used to make me me." It wasn't depression, he insisted. It was something deeper, something hormonal. And he was right. This experience is more common than most people think. After the age of 60, testosterone levels in men begin to decline steadily, typically by 1 to 2% each year. It's a subtle drop at first, but over time, it begins to chip away at energy, muscle tone, confidence, and even emotional resilience. What most men don't realize is that testosterone isn't just about libido. It affects how you show up in life. It fuels your motivation, your ability to take action, your desire to connect, and even your sleep quality. It's the invisible current behind that masculine fire. Samuel's case wasn't about needing testosterone replacement therapy, though. In fact, jumping into TRT without fully exploring natural interventions is often premature and sometimes risky. Instead, we focused on giving his body the raw materials it needed to reignite its own hormone production. The first thing I asked him to do, add half an avocado to his daily routine and reduce his sugar intake by half. That was it. Why avocado? Because it's not just a trendy health food, it's a biochemical ally for aging men. Avocados are rich in monounsaturated fats, the exact kind of fat your body uses as a building block for hormone synthesis. Testosterone, after all, is derived from cholesterol, and healthy fats provide the necessary structure for this process to happen efficiently. But that's only the beginning. Avocados also provide magnesium and zinc, two minerals critical for hormonal balance and testicular health. Zinc is a cofactor in the actual production of testosterone, while magnesium helps modulate cortisol, the stress hormone that, when elevated, acts like a testosterone suppressant. Chronic stress floods the body with cortisol, disrupting the entire hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis, which regulates both your stress response and your hormone output. Avocados, rich in both magnesium and B vitamins, especially B6, help calm this axis, allowing the body to shift out of a stress-dominant state and into one of hormonal recovery. Within just 10 days of his new routine, Samuel reported a shift. "It's like something clicked back into place," he told me. "I'm sleeping through the night again. I'm laughing more. I feel grounded." That's what testosterone does. It anchors a man. And that shift wasn't magic. It was mitochondria, cholesterol conversion, reduced cortisol, and metabolic balance, set in motion by something as humble as a piece of fruit. The beauty of using food to restore hormone function is that it works with the body, not against it. Unlike TRT, which introduces synthetic testosterone and can shut down your own natural production over time, avocados support the endocrine system without overriding it. They don't come with the risks of enlarged prostate, blood clots, or dependency. They also support cardiovascular health and cognitive performance, both of which are essential for men aging well. Of course, no single food is a silver bullet, but when combined with other lifestyle shifts, movement, sleep, sunlight, and stress reduction, avocados become part of a larger strategy for restoring masculine vitality. I often tell my patients, the body doesn't lose its ability to produce testosterone, it just needs to be reminded how. And the reminder doesn't have to come from a pharmacy, it can come from your plate. Avocados have also been shown to help regulate insulin sensitivity, reduce inflammation, and support lipid profiles, factors that all influence hormone balance. Samuel's daily half avocado not only improved his mood and energy, but also stabilized his blood sugar, helping him avoid the afternoon crashes he used to experience regularly. That's the hidden power of food-based healing. It touches everything. Hormones, blood sugar, sleep, mood, even relationships. As Samuel's testosterone levels gradually rose over the next 3 months, he reported not only a renewed interest in intimacy, but also a deeper sense of purpose in his daily life. He started gardening again, planning weekend trips, even mentoring younger men in his community. His wife later told me, "I feel like I got my husband back, and he didn't have to become someone new to do it." That's what restoration looks like. Not transformation into someone else, but a return to who you truly are. But while testosterone helps you feel like yourself again, there's another piece of the puzzle that can't be ignored: energy. Because even the most balanced hormones are useless without cellular fuel to drive your daily life. And for that, there's one fruit that stands quietly in almost every kitchen, often underestimated, but absolutely essential. Let's move now into part 3, where we explore the quiet brilliance of the banana, a fruit that powers not just your muscles, but your mind, your heart, and the very mitochondria that keep you alive. When Louis, a 74-year-old retired accountant, began forgetting the names of familiar neighbors and frequently nodding off during the day, he assumed it was just normal aging. But what concerned his family even more was the growing emotional distance. They said he seemed withdrawn, listless, and less engaged with life. During our consultation, I asked about his morning routine. His answer was telling. "I usually skip breakfast, just coffee and maybe toast if I remember." That small detail unlocked a much larger problem. Louis wasn't fueling his body or brain for the day ahead. As we get older, our brains become more sensitive to fluctuations in blood sugar, hydration, and nutrient levels. Skipping breakfast may seem harmless, but for older adults, it can mean starting the day with an empty tank, resulting in fatigue, mood instability, and poor cognitive performance. That's why I recommended something surprisingly simple. Start the morning with a banana, a glass of water, and a bit of movement. Within just a week, Louis felt sharper, more alert, and even cheerful. "It's like the fog lifted," he told me. "The humble banana is often overlooked because it's so familiar, but biologically, it's a powerhouse. Rich in potassium, bananas help regulate blood pressure by balancing sodium levels and easing tension in blood vessel walls. This is crucial for seniors, whose arteries may already be stiffened by years of oxidative stress. By promoting vascular relaxation, potassium helps improve circulation to the brain and heart, 2 organs that demand constant, steady blood flow. But potassium is just the beginning. Bananas also contain magnesium and vitamin B6, both of which support neurotransmitter synthesis and energy metabolism. Magnesium helps calm the nervous system and plays a key role in maintaining stable blood sugar levels, reducing the spikes and crashes that lead to mental fatigue. Vitamin B6, on the other hand, is essential in converting the amino acid tryptophan into serotonin, a brain chemical that lifts mood, promotes restful sleep, and creates a sense of emotional balance. And it all starts with a banana. Tryptophan is particularly important for older adults. As serotonin levels drop with age, people may experience more anxiety, less patience, and trouble sleeping. Bananas provide a natural supply of this essential precursor in a form the body easily recognizes. By raising serotonin, bananas indirectly support melatonin production, the hormone responsible for regulating the sleep-wake cycle. For someone like Louis, who had fragmented sleep and sluggish afternoons, this one fruit became a game changer. Another benefit is how bananas stabilize blood sugar in the morning. After 8 hours of fasting during sleep, the body needs glucose, not just to move, but to think, concentrate, and stay emotionally grounded. A banana delivers that glucose in a slow, steady release, especially when paired with a protein or fat source like peanut butter. This combination delays digestion and helps fuel the body for hours without crashing. That's why I often recommend a simple breakfast: 1 banana, 1 tablespoon of natural peanut butter, and a glass of water. It takes less than 5 minutes, but can make the entire morning feel different. On a cellular level, bananas contribute to mitochondrial function, the tiny power plants in your cells that convert food into energy. For aging individuals, maintaining mitochondrial health is vital. Without strong mitochondrial activity, you'll feel tired no matter how much you sleep. The magnesium, B vitamins, and natural sugars in bananas feed these organelles, helping your body generate energy more efficiently at the most fundamental level. And energy, as I tell my patients, is the currency of life. When you have it, everything improves: focus, mood, motivation, even relationships. When you lack it, the world feels heavier, slower, more frustrating. That's why food choices aren't just about nutrition. They're about how you experience the world. In Louis's case, that shift was dramatic. After a month of consistent morning banana routines and light stretching, he began remembering names again. He was more talkative at family dinners. He even started volunteering at the local library. "I didn't think a banana could do all this," he laughed. But of course, it wasn't just the banana, it was what the banana triggered. It gave his brain and body the fuel they needed to reconnect and re-engage. When patients ask me, "What supplement should I take to boost my memory?" I often tell them to start with what they're missing in their meals. Supplements can be helpful, but no capsule can replicate the synergy of vitamins, minerals, fiber, and water in whole foods. A banana is more than just a piece of fruit. It's a neurochemical tool, a vascular assistant, and an emotional regulator wrapped in a biodegradable package. And the best part, it's affordable, accessible, and easy to digest. No side effects, no prescriptions, no lab tests. Just consistent support for a system that's quietly asking to be nourished. If the pomegranate restores blood flow and the avocado rekindles hormone balance, then the banana is what keeps everything running smoothly day to day. It bridges the gap between nourishment and function, giving older adults a simple way to take charge of their mornings and, by extension, their lives. But knowing which foods to eat is just the first step. What truly transforms health is how we put these insights into practice, how we build habits, routines, and rituals that support the life we want to live. And that's what we'll explore next. Let's move into part 4, where we tie everything together into a practical, sustainable plan and reflect on the deeper lessons these 3 fruits have to teach us about aging with power and intention. If you've made it this far, you already understand something many don't: that restoring strength, vitality, and clarity after 60 doesn't begin with a prescription. It begins with a choice. A choice to honor your body, to feed it well, and to believe that change is still possible. And for those ready to take that first step, I offer you a simple yet powerful 7-day Vitality Kickstart plan. No gimmicks, no expensive products, just food-based, evidence-backed practices. Days 1 to 3, start each morning with 6 ounces of pure pomegranate juice on an empty stomach. Let it awaken your arteries, prime your blood flow, and nourish your heart and brain. It's your daily message to your body. I'm investing in circulation. Days 4 and 5, add half an avocado to your lunch or dinner. The healthy fats, magnesium, and vitamin B6 will quietly begin balancing your hormones and calming your nervous system. You may notice clearer thinking, steadier energy, and even a shift in your mood. And finally, days 6 and 7, eat a banana each morning, preferably with a glass of water and 5 minutes of slow, intentional breathing. This trio will reset your blood sugar, support cognitive function, and regulate sleep and serotonin. It may feel almost too simple, but that's the beauty of it. Your body responds to consistency, not complexity. And this plan, while humble, It touches every layer of your vitality, from circulation to testosterone to mitochondria. As I often remind my patients, aging doesn't make us weak. It's the outdated beliefs about aging that do. You are not broken. You are simply in need of the right tools, the right nutrients, and perhaps most importantly, the right mindset. Nourish yourself with information. Nourish yourself with fruit. And above all, nourish yourself with respect. Because this body, your body, has carried you through decades of challenge, joy, and change. It deserves your care. And now I extend a challenge, not just to you, but to every father, brother, husband, or friend over 60 reading this. Try this plan just 7 days, then share your experience with your family, with your doctor, or with your community. Let others see what's possible when we stop chasing miracles and start choosing what works. True health isn't found in shortcuts. It's found in simple, sustainable choices made with intention. You don't need to spend thousands. You don't need to fear decline. You just need to begin with one fruit, one breath, one morning at a time.